When you first start shooting 35mm film, eventually you're going to stumble upon medium format images that have a certain look to them, and inevitably the countdown for your lust will begin. Generally they have more aggressive and sometimes swirly bokeh, a much larger resolution and details of the image, and in a broader sense has just a more high quality look to it. I know for my friends and I, when I first got into 35mm, we quickly dove headfirst into medium format cameras and ultimately wasted a lot of time, money, and frames on film and cameras that with some research we could have avoided. I think with a little forethought and research, which is tough to have when you're in this mindset, you can end up getting a quality medium format camera for much cheaper than many of the legendary cameras that you're probably lusting over. When I first purchased a medium format camera, which we'll talk about later on this list, I was glad to spend the extra time researching which camera would not only suit my needs, but also not break the wallet in the process. Which, in a very broad and general sense, if you can swing it, twin lens reflex cameras and folding cameras are probably the cheapest way to go for medium format, but they come with some of their own issues, especially the folding cameras. They can be a little unreliable, they can be hard to repair, some parts can kind of weather away on you, etc. But to keep it simple, a twin lens reflex camera, or TLR, is a camera with two lenses mounted above and below each other on the front of the camera. One lens is for actually taking and capturing an image on film, while the other lens is the viewfinder, or what you're looking through when composing the image. Folding cameras are pretty self-explanatory. They fold up in many cases to be quite small, but lack many of the modern features we've gotten used to today, with even cameras from the 80s and newer. However, a good thing to note is that the more niche you get with these cameras, if you're getting a camera that's less popular, there's probably going to be less availability for repairing and whatnot, so just keep that in mind. Because of this, I don't really want to go down too much of a rabbit hole of the folding cameras because there is hundreds of them realistically, and I think that, again, it can be just a bit of a rabbit hole to go down. While I do think because of the price point, they would be a good beginner camera, I think because they lack a lot of the more modern features and intuitiveness that comes with, I think, a lot of the cameras that we'll cover on the list. I didn't include many. But if you guys have any suggestions for folding cameras, especially that are easy for beginners, definitely comment those down below. All right, enough yapping, let's just jump into it. The Mamiya C220 is a twin lens reflex medium format film camera introduced in the early 1970s by Mamiya in Japan. Notably, it features interchangeable lenses, a rarity among TLR cameras, with options ranging from 55mm wide angle to 250mm telephoto. Its bellows focusing system allows for close-up photography without additional attachments, and the straight film path ensures optimal film flatness. It's a great beginner camera coming in around $250, giving great modularity for attachments, lenses, accessories, is relatively lightweight at just over 3 pounds, and has a solid build to it. With that being said, any of the C-series Mamiya cameras are great, but specifically the 220, and then also I would recommend the 330. It's a heavier, more robust, rugged camera with an auto-cocking mechanism for advancing the film. The 330 is very similar, but has a few more upgrades: a removable back door, making film loading easier, automatic parallax correction, a rotating pressure plate, brighter focus screen, and some other smaller features. But for it to be marginally more expensive, I do think that it's noteworthy and, yeah, worth a mention. That's kind of a common theme with these film cameras, and as you may know, cameras in general. Despite the Canon AE1 being the most popular film camera, there's tons of slightly different variations that don't go for nearly as much as the inflated price of that AE1. With some quick research, you can easily find all the cameras in the same series and do some digging to find which has the best camera to cost ratio and make a better, more informed decision.
Tell me that you come.
Ultimately, that is how I stumbled upon my first medium format camera, the Mamiya 645-1000S. It was first introduced in 1976 as a medium format 645 camera that was building upon the original Mamiya 645. The 1000S model offers enhanced features such as a top shutter speed of 1/1000, hence the name, depth of field preview, and a self-timer, making the camera a lot more usable, flexible in many different situations. Its modular design allows for interchangeable lenses, viewfinders, and film inserts, providing versatility for various photographic needs. Despite its robust metal construction, the camera remains relatively lightweight and portable, especially when paired with a compact 80mm f2.8 lens. Photographers appreciate its ergonomic layout, with controls conveniently positioned for intuitive use. Overall, the Mamiya 645-1000S is celebrated for its solid build quality, affordability, and exceptional performance for its Mamiya Sakura lenses. Obviously, prices will vary on condition, included accessories, and the specific seller, but on platforms like eBay, listings for the camera body with a standard 80mm lens typically range from $400 to $500. Next, the Mamiya Press series, specifically looking at models like the Mamiya Universal, is a line of medium format rangefinder cameras produced from the 1960s through the early 90s. Designed primarily for professional press photographers, these cameras are known for their modularity and versatility. They feature interchangeable lenses, film backs, and viewfinders, allowing photographers to adapt to various shooting scenarios. The Mamiya Universal, introduced in 1969, supports multiple film formats including 645, 6.7, and 6x9 by utilizing multiple different film backs. It can also accommodate Polaroid pack film backs, expanding its utility for instant photography. The camera's robust build and high-quality optics have made it a favorite among medium-format enthusiasts. As of this year, the Mamiya Universal Press remains a sought-after camera in the used market. Prices, like the rest of these cameras, are going to vary widely based on conditions and specific configurations, especially with this camera. On eBay, Mamiya Universal Presses with a standard 100mm 3.5 lens and a 6x7 film back typically range from $300 to $500. But for instance, a mint-condition Mamiya Universal Press with a 127 f4.7 lens and a 6x7 film back is listed at $350, so they are going to fluctuate quite widely based on the included accessories, so I would just go take a look for yourself if this appeals to you. On the other hand, medium format toy cameras like the Holga 120 or Diana F Plus are celebrated for their simple plastic constructions and the distinctive, unpredictable images they produce. Originating in the early 1980s, the Holga 120 was designed as an affordable medium format camera featuring a basic 60mm meniscus lens and minimal controls. Similarly, the Diana F Plus, a revival of the 1960s classic, offers a lightweight plastic body with a 75mm lens known for its soft focus. Both cameras have garnered a cult following among photographers who embrace their lo-fi aesthetic, light leaks, and vignetted images. As of March 2025, these cameras remain accessible options for enthusiasts. The Holga 120 is available for approximately like $40, and the Diana F Plus, often bundled with the flash, is priced for around $100, but I do believe they just discontinued them, so you may be able to find them for cheaper. I personally don't have a huge affinity for these types of cameras, but I can see the appeal if this is your jumping off point into medium format for super cheap, or if you really enjoy this lo-fi aesthetic. I remember first starting to shoot film and the eagerness of diving into medium format. Learning something like that is super satisfying, especially when skills come together fluidly and you start seeing some progress and can actually start having fun with it. Which is why I want to thank this video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across a variety of different topics and hobbies. Skillshare can help take your skills, hobbies, passions into the next level. I know I've been taking some good, more formal cooking courses that have been super helpful with not only my nutrition, but also my 9-to-5 day job as well, which involves cooking and, well, photography. The first 500 people to use my link in the description and pinned comment will get the first month for free. Thanks for sponsoring the video, Skillshare. Next up, the Pentacon 6 is a medium format single lens reflex camera that German manufacturer Pentacon made for 30 years starting in the mid-60s. Designed to capture 6x6 images, it features a focal plane shutter with speeds ranging from 1 second to 1/1000th of a second, and it utilizes breech lock bayonet mount, commonly referred to as the Pentacon 6 mount, allowing compatibility with a wide range of Carl Zeiss Jenna lenses, which were especially renowned for their optical quality. Its design resembles an enlarged 35mm SLRs, offering photographers a familiar handling experience, which I think will be especially relevant to you guys. While praised for its large bright viewfinder and robust build, users have noted potential issues with film spacing, which can often be mitigated by ensuring that the film is tightly wound during loading. On eBay, body-only listings typically range from $150 to $250, while complete kits with standard 80mm 2.8 biometer lenses are priced at around $350 to $400. Regardless, a great SLR-styled medium format camera that doesn't necessarily break the bank if you're looking for something like that specifically. Next, the Minolta Autocord is another TLR camera from the 50s that captures 6x6 images and is renowned for its high-quality 75mm f3.5 Rokkor lens. A distinctive feature of the Autocord is its unique focusing mechanism, a lever positioned beneath the taking lens that allows for smooth, one-handed focusing, enhancing its ergonomic appeal. Off the top of my head, I can't think of many cameras that allow that one-handed focusing, so this is pretty cool. The camera's fully mechanical design ensures reliability without dependence on batteries, and its thoughtful control layout contributes to an intuitive shooting experience. The best part to me about the Autocord is its price point. Coming in at around $150 to $250, it's a quality way to get your foot in the door when it comes to shooting medium format, giving you that 120 film look without having to pay an arm and leg for it. Next, leaning into that budget side of medium format cameras is the Agfa Isolate. These are a series of medium format folding cameras produced by Agfa from the 1930s through the 1960s. Designed to be compact and portable, these folding cameras capture 6x6 images, which equates to 12 shots on a roll. The Isolate series includes various models such as the Isolate 1, 2, and 3, each offering different features and lens configurations. For instance, the Isolate 3 is equipped with a built-in rangefinder, enhancing focusing accuracy. The cameras are known for their solid construction and attractive design, often featuring Agnar 85mm f4.5 lenses. However, like I said earlier, it's good to know that these cameras can rot from the inside out, so keep that in mind when you're purchasing one or looking to get it repaired. Like the Autocord, the Agfa Isolate can be found for about $100 on eBay, which is a great deal to start shooting 120 film. Next, and getting towards the end of the list here, the Yashica Mat 124G. This camera was produced for 16 years starting in the 70s, is a square format 6x6 camera, and features an 80mm f3.5 Yeshinon lens. It also comes with a coupled light meter offering photographers manual exposure control with shutter speeds ranging from 1 second to 1/500th of a second. Renowned for its robust construction and reliable performance, the Mat 124G provides an accessible alternative to higher priced TLRs like the Rolleiflex, leaning into that vintage TLR look as well as sharp images while not breaking the bank. $250 to $300 for units in good working condition, and then around $450 to $500 for those in near mint. Another really great camera to cut your teeth on while still garnering those style points with the TLR style. Next is a series of cameras that isn't super budget friendly, but for the price and what you're getting, these are amazing cameras. The Bronica ETR and ETR-S are both SLR medium format cameras produced by Zenza Bronica, shooting in 6:4:5 format. Introduced in the late 1970s, these cameras are renowned for their modular design, allowing for interchangeable lenses, viewfinders, and film backs, providing versatility for various photographic needs. The ETR-S model, an evolution of the original ETR, offers improved ergonomics and additional features, making it a popular choice among medium format enthusiasts. Both models are equipped with leaf shutter lenses, enabling flash synchronization at all shutter speeds, a valuable feature for studio and portrait photography alike. Their robust construction and reliable performance have solidified their reputation in the medium format community. While full kits for Bronicas are a bit more expensive than many of the cameras on this list, coming in around $600 to $700, I really do think it's worth the price. Otherwise, you can probably hunt down a body only and start to slowly build it over time yourself for considerably cheaper, but either way, I promise you won't be disappointed once you have this camera in hand. Alright, so obviously there are tons and tons of different medium format cameras out there, but my thought process is that these cameras give you a wide variety of types, sizes, formats, and prices to be able to either find or gauge a different camera that is maybe similar in comparison to these. We could honestly spend hours talking about the Russian Moskva cameras, Soviet Kiev cameras, endless folding cameras, etc., etc. Also keep in mind that the prices are going to fluctuate as time goes on and will probably just continuously go up due to inflation, and obviously there are not being many of these cameras on the market, but you guys know that. Otherwise, if you guys have any suggestions for cameras for beginners, definitely let me know down in the comments, as you guys always have some good input there. Otherwise, that'll wrap it up for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay shooting. Adios.